Hello and welcome back. We are on lesson 355, which says there is no end to all the peace and joy and all the miracles that I will give when I accept God's word. Why not today? It says this lesson invites you to open your mind to receive truth, peace, and joy right now, not later, not after you fix something, but today. It teaches that peace and joy are unlimited. They don't run out or depend on circumstances. When you accept God's word instead of the ego's voice, miracles naturally flow into your life. You don't have to earn peace, you simply receive it by letting go of fear and opening to love. Accepting truth softens your mind, heals your perception, and reconnects you to who you truly are. This blows my mind because we're so hardwired, or there's an illusion that we're so hardwired to suffer, to to remain in the familiar, even though it's it's painful or like not good for us, or we want different. But our mind takes us back there like a moth to a flame, which is why that yes, this training is like a shit is like a mental training, but really it's not mindset work we're doing. What we're doing is we're using our awareness to drop the stories so that the peace of God can be recognized before them. I want to say before rather than beyond, because before the story, there was the truth of who you really are. I love that. I've been going beyond, like it's something that I'm reaching for, but it's never beyond. It was always before. Oh my God, I love that. So, in essence, this whole journey is about surrendering and giving up. It's basically giving up everything that you think you know, right? Everything that you've been taught, everything that you've been conditioned to believe in, and trusting in, the infinite God, you know, be it beyond, in essence, what your mind could ever even comprehend. Like it says, peace, joy, love, on abundance, infinitely, right? Abundance, infinitely. Like you can't even imagine that, but yet we try to because we want to try and control. But if you let go and let God, like infinite blessings, infinite love, infinite joy, infinite miracles. But what we do is we turn the tap on, allow it, and then we go right, because then you might start to feel peace or start to feel joy or receive a blessing or receive a miracle, and then all of a sudden there's a story around that. But it's not for us to believe. We've come this far now for us to not believe in those stories, to recognize that as quickly as the story arose, it can leave. And then we can remain back in peace, joy, and abundance. And that's our only job, right? Oh, story. No, no, thank you. Right. And like Karina said in the last lesson, the repetition is the key because you've heard it so many times now. Your mind's going, actually, yeah, the unknown is unfamiliar, but you know what? It sounds much better than the familiar. So I'm willing to let it go and trust. Right. But yeah, I think the biggest thing here is just to surrender, in essence. That's what's coming through for me. Like it says here, you get to experience it now. I surrender to it now. Right? Because when you say surrender to it, you're dropping the stories and the narratives as to why you can't have it now, because you can have it now and you can experience it now. That's it from me on this one.
Thank you so much, Sammy. Yeah, I love that you had that revelation. That's one of the reasons why I like my little framework of like the bodies, the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, because it's like another little sleeve, another little costume we put on, right? At our very true nature, we are God. And we put on this little costume of the body of bliss, which is, where that bliss. And then we put on the little costume of the body of wisdom, Christ consciousness. And then we put on the little costume of the body. And we put on another little costume of, I mean, sorry, not the body. We're not at the body yet. Put on the little costume of the mind. And then we put on another little costume over that of the emotional body, and then the final costume is the physical body. And and so yeah, when you said before, it is before because underneath all those layers of costumes, you're still you. You're still your true nature. You're still God. It's before you put in all the costumes. Those are that's and I call them veils of illusion. There are these veils that get put on, these veils, and you drop one veil, you realize, okay, I'm not the body. I must be this energetic thing. I must be this spiritual thing. I must be a soul, I must be a spirit. And so now you've dropped one veil, but you're still in the realm of wearing the costume of being an energetic body, a spirit, a soul, an individual soul. And then, you go, oh, well, maybe there's something more. And then you're still wearing the costume of the mind. This is kind of where like Neville Goddard and stuff comes in. It's like, well, the mind must be God, or imagination must be God, or whatever. Like it goes in the mind. And then you drop the veil of the mind and you realize, oh no, I am all time, all space, all timelines. The body of wisdom is the all existing here now. And then you go, oh, but so we can't actually drop that veil in the sense of like not playing it out while we're having the human experience. So this is why this is Christ consciousness, because it's that bridge, is being able to still be having the human experience while knowing your true nature. So then you experience the bliss, and then you go, oh, but that's also a veil, and then that's when you know the truth of God. And while you're having the human experience, while you're here experiencing life, you're going to be wearing the costume of you're going to be wearing the costume of a human, but you're going to know yourself as God, and you're going to be able to access bliss, and you're going to be able to access the body of wisdom. So you're going to be able to kind of like, the way I'm trying to use it into the analogy. So it's kind of like, now you know your true nature. You know that these are all costumes, and now you're able to kind of like touch and feel the different layers. Like, oh, that yeah, this is just a silk veil. This is just a silk, the bliss veil, and you can be there, and you can have that mode of experience, or you can go be in the body of wisdom, access to all time, all space, all timelines, etc. Um, or go into the mind, or go into back into the emotions, or go back into the body. But yeah, it precedes, comes before, because it's who and what you truly are. It's before you put on those costumes, right? And we don't have and ego and the false identity is just believing we were the costume. Just believing we were the costume. Okay, and as Sammy said, why not today? Why not today? There is no end to all the peace and joy and all the miracles that I will give when I accept God's word. Why not today? You can be as Jesus Christ today. That's another story that keeps us trapped, right? The spiritual, there's obviously the physical story, but I think a lot of us are in more of the spiritual realm now. It's the spiritual story. This is the path to ascension. This is the path to raising your frequency. And there is some truth to raising your frequency, which I'm not going to get in here now, but just know that to access your true nature, to be the miracle worker, to know that to be access that peace and joy and all the miracles, it's not a process of moving up a frequency ladder. You can choose to be there now because it's who and what you truly already are. Why would you have to climb a ladder to get to what you already are? Why would you have to ascend somewhere to get to what you really are? Why would you have to become what you already are? So imagine me, Karina, and um like the character, imagine Karina. Imagine that represents who and what I truly am. And I go and I put on makeup and a costume and pretend to be a cat. And imagine I go out so I'm wearing like cat ears and I have face paint on and I have like a whole like Catwoman bodysuit or something, I don't know. And imagine I'm going through the world and I'm like, oh, I'm a cat. I just want to be Karina. What do I have to do to get to be Karina? I'm a cat. I know this is going in a silly direction, but it works. And so I'm like, and I truly believe it. Like and I go and I search out people, Sammy, I really want to be Karina. Like, but I'm this cat. How do I become Karina? And Sammy's like, you already are Karina. And I'm like, no, 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 look at these ears, look at this nose, look at these whiskers. Because I put on, fake whiskers. Look at these whiskers. I'm clearly a cat. How do I become Karina? And all these people are saying, like, you're already Karina, you're already Karina, like you're just wearing a costume of a cat. And that's what we do. That's what it's like. So this idea that we like that this the cat costume, this idea of like, oh no. So then another guru says, okay, well you have to, if you want to become Karina, you have to meditate and you have to do this and you have to ascend to become Karina. Or you have to give all this money to this church or this ashram or whatever, like creating all these paths. But I'm Karina. I'm just wearing a silly little costume with cat ears. All I have to do is look in the freaking mirror and see under the costume. Oh, look, there she is. I'm Karina. And so that's the game we've been playing. So when it says things like, why not now? Why not today? Like, why not? I could have realized or looked in the mirror and saw that I was Karina, not the cat in the cat costume at any time. Why not today? There's no in between. You already are Christ. You already are God. You already have access to that peace and that joy and those miracles. Why not today? Why not look in the freaking mirror and realize, oh my gosh, there I am. I've just been wearing a little costume. How amazing. How silly of me to think I needed to ascend or become or whatever other story I've taken on, right? It's I know I refer to the big cosmic joke. There's not like one big cosmic joke. That is part of the big cosmic joke. That's the big cosmic joke. That's a piece of it. Because the big cosmic joke is it's already there. It's already been there this whole entire time. And when you see it clearly, like on it, I'm laughing because it is like a big joke. It's like, oh my gosh, how silly. And the cat costume thing was a really good analogy because of course I'm Karina. I'm not a cat. I've been wearing just stupid, silly little cat ears and a cat suit and put on some fake whiskers. Like, of course I'm not a cat. Of course I'm Karina. Like, what kind of ridiculousness is that? And we're doing that. And so Sammy and I talk about this peace and joy and miracles that are available. Well, they truly are. But you have to see that you're not the costume. Okay, so the prayer. Why would I wait, God, for the joy you promised me? For you will keep your word you gave to your child in exile. I am sure my treasures wait for me, and I need but reach out my hand to find it. Even now, my fingers touch it. It is very close. I need not wait an instant more to be at peace forever. It is you I choose, and my identity along with you. Your child would become themselves, ourself, and know you as our God and our creator and our love. Sammy?
I feel like you just put on this really cute show. You were so animated and theatrical. I literally just like felt like I was watching a movie. But now I'm never going to be able to unsee you as a cat. Karina the cat. I hope everyone enjoyed that as much as I did. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow.